Okay. Excuse me. Welcome, everyone. I guess I will just let this intro play out a little bit. So, we're on Kirby 64. Never mind, the intro's already over. Hey, hon. 52. Alright, well. It's fine. Is this that new Pokemon's game? Yes. Oh, hang on a second here. Do I have a... Hang on. Forgot something. Give me one moment. Forgot to change wallpapers. Can I find a Kirby... Ooh, that was fast. Let me guess. This is a WebP image. Oh, thank God. Alright, I may have already had a wallpaper. 1 second. Do browse. Kirby. I've downloaded this wallpaper already. Whoops. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just delete it later. So we will be 100%ing this because this actually has an extra boss if you 100% it, just like Kirby's Dream Land 2. Do you know how to use Kirby's copy ability? Yep. So, this game takes place after Dream Land 3. This is Ribbon, the little pink-haired girl. She was actually introduced in Dream Land 3, which I didn't know until I finally played it. She is from another planet that I forget the name of. And Dark Matter, the villain from Dream Land 2 and 3, oh, kind of Dark Matter, has taken over her planet. So she escaped with their crystal, only for it to shatter on the way to Popstar. And now Kirby has to collect the crystal shards. To fight the true final boss, who is not Dark Matter, you have to get all the crystal shards, which I've done before, but only on Switch. I have never done it on an actual N64 before. And this is an actual N64. So let me know how audio is. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to run through the game normally. And then on a repeat stream, which will be Friday most likely, I'll get the remaining crystal shards that I'm missing. Which does mean fighting Miracle Matter twice, but that's fine because the cutscene that plays if you haven't gotten all the crystal shards does not play if you have them all. Oh yeah, I'm murdering everyone. So, unlike most other Kirby games, you can actually mix abilities here, which grants you new abilities. The only other Kirby game to have something like this is, watch this, is Kirby Squeak Squad, where you could mix elements onto other abilities. So, for example, having a fire sword or ice bombs. Ow. Also, Kirby moves ungodly slow underwater in this. Hey, look, it's Waddle Dee. Also, one of the only Kirby games that doesn't have any Waddle Dee enemies aside from this boss fight, and he's not even an enemy. Though the weird thing is, you don't fight him as Waddle Dee because when he becomes possessed, he becomes Waddle Doo. Which doesn't make any sense. Hooray. Yes, I am shooting missiles at him. That is the bomb combo ability. Alright, so that little card down there is part of another set of collectibles that I'm going to ignore for now. And I missed the one up. Alright, I'm actually going to be one moment because I forgot to grab a drink before I started. So let me get that drink. So I will be right back. So I was meeting myself in Discord and saw that someone posted a message in the server I use for the Discord reactive. And apparently Hogwarts Legacy will let you torture and murder people. You know, it'd be easier. I got fire first. Alright, it's not quite what I intended. Yes, that was you, Simki. Yeah, I mean, the game's already going to be a bit of a dumpster fire because the, one of the writers of the game is a known far-right YouTuber, from what I remember. And the game is about, or deals with a, the protagonist having a house elf slave. Note, having a house elf slave. And they're trying to stop a goblin uprising because the goblins are supposedly kidnapping children. And if that sounds suspicious to you, that was an actual Nazi accusation against the Jews. So, kind of mask off right there. Of course, the goblins in Harry Potter are already Jewish stereotypes. Because the thing about the goblins in Harry Potter is them having long noses, being bankers and greedy and all that has nothing to do with goblin lore. Goblin lore is goblins are orcs but smaller. Yeah, the game's going to be an absolute mess. Now, I am not going to demand that people I know don't play the game. However, if anyone I know does play the game, I'm just going to assume they care more about a mediocre children's fantasy series than they do the livelihoods of trans people. There it is. So. And if that wasn't obvious, I will not be streaming Hogwarts Legacy. I am no longer engaging with the Harry Potter IP. And I wish J.K. Rowling a very brick in Minecraft. So this is Adeline. Adeline is one of the fan-favorite Kirby characters, and after this she didn't appear again until Star Allies. Well, no, I'm not pirating the game either, because that's still engaging with the IP. Like, that's the thing, hon. Not engaging with the IP means not playing it at all. If you pirate it, you're still engaging with the IP, and that still adds to the discourse and makes it known. Which still benefits J.K. Rowling because she benefits from anything involving the IP. And that still means you're playing a game that not only is made at the expense of trans people's livelihoods, but also is a game that, you know, has alt-right connections. Since you want to play Kirby's Dream Course? That's the golf game on SNES, right? I'm not a big fan of that game, honestly. But it is interesting. Maybe one day I'll stream it for a retro night. And of course, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't think the game is necessarily bad, it's just a little too sluggish for me. Alright, can I get the 1-up? Nope. Bal doesn't like or dislike anything. Bal is an enigma. God, I love this game. I used to play this all the time when I was little. Like, I mean all the time. Never 100%ed it, though. Not on N64. I really hope that sound didn't get caught on camera. Or, mic. Wait a second. I'm doing this for a reason. There's something over here. Oh, it's just a tomato. Why is it a tomato? Of all things, why make the max health item a tomato? I mean, maybe it's just me questioning it because I don't like tomatoes all that much. Why not? Understandable. Sandwich. I forget, did this game do the thing where they removed a bunch of the Japanese food? Lump of fruit is best fruit. It reminds me, I never finished the Crash trilogy. Well, I mean, he funds a part of himself even if it's just Cutter. Because it's Cutter, not Boomerang. This is I think the only game where he does that. Also, those aren't spikes, that's his teeth. I don't actually know if it is. But I prefer to think of it as his teeth because that's even more horrifying. Kirby is an eldritch abomination. We've actually talked about this on stream before. Does Kirby breathe through his skin? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I like that horrifying suggestion. Sorry, how did I pronounce your name? Islude? Is that right? Okay, Islude. Or Izzy. I will try to remember that. Also, guys, look, it's the final boss. Oh, do you two know each other? He just opens a mouth in his stomach. Also, this was one of the first Kirby games where King Dedede actually kind of resembles a penguin, because I don't know if you guys knew, but he's supposed to be a penguin. And they brought back this design for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and the remake of Kirby's Return to Dreamland actually uses the new design from Forgotten Land. And we're on the first boss. I don't know what Kirby has against this one specific tree. Kirby just hates nature, I guess. Ow. So if you didn't know, Izzy, this is actually part of a Kirby marathon that I'm doing. In retrospect, I should have made it more clear in my stream titles. Because I should have been stating, hey, this is part of a Kirby marathon. But instead, I decided to have the stream titles be the lyrics to Kirby Right Back At Ya. But this year is Kirby's 30th anniversary, I believe. And to celebrate it, we are going through Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Dream Land 2, Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, and Kirby Superstar, all of which I've already done. We're on Kirby 64 now. Oh, okay. Well, glad you could join again. But after this, I'll be doing Kirby and the Amazing Mirror and Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which is the only one in the marathon that I haven't actually played before. I do not want this ability anymore. I do not want that. You're also Needle. Boom. So this is Clutter Needle, which they actually brought back for Forgotten Land, which I was really happy about. Ooh, excuse me. I was wondering if that would be effective, but I guess not. I don't need all these stars, but they give me extra lives. That's always handy. Hey, Loyal. I would have loved to have had that as a kid. I didn't get into Nintendo Power until much later. Because I had known about Nintendo Power, but I didn't actually subscribe to the magazine until 2006, I think? And I still have all my old issues from that time. I never missed a month. So, this is one of my favorite Kirby games. If it weren't for Forgotten Land, it would be my second favorite. And my most favorite was, and will always be Amazing Mirror. Which I'm really looking forward to playing again on stream, because I have not played the game in several years. I think the last time I played it was when it came to Wii U. And I've 100%ed it quite a few times. I did it twice on an actual GBA. I did it once on Wii U, I think. And I did it once on 3DS, because I got a 3DS during the launch window of it. So when they raised the price, I got the what was it? The Ambassador Program. That's what it was called. So I got the free NES games and the free GBA games. And one of the GBA games was Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. So if I remember correctly, yeah, I have to come back for that. There we go. Stars in Mario Universe and Kirby Universe related? Possibly. The stars are actually only in a handful of Kirby games. It's referred to as the Dark Matter trilogy, which is Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, and Kirby 64, because they all center around dark matter. And apparently the director of those games is actually kind of a mysterious figure in Nintendo fandoms, because the name they used for the credits of the games might not actually be their real name, and nobody knows what happened to them. Kid named Finger. Yeah, that's funny, Simkey, but I have never actually seen Evangelion, so I do not know what that means. I have not actually watched as much anime as you'd think. Ow. This is one of the crazier abilities. Kind of. But it's not just a boulder. It's a rock. Izzy, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Actually, I want that one up. Oh, I can't. Ow! I cannot hover while I have the bomb out. It's a gray tuning fork-shaped spear and it has the power to end the world. Yeah, I understand it now. Doesn't get it at all. I am You would think that with the number of JRPGs and anime-inspired games that I play that I would be all over anime, but I actually don't watch all that much anime. Just vibing and coming up with Nintendo Deplore. Nothing wrong with that. Ow. Because it's not that I hate anime. This may have been a mistake. Never mind. It's not that I hate anime, I just don't watch it any more or less than I do regular shows. And I don't really watch TV anymore. I'm trying to fix that, because I'd like to watch Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And I would like to, watch Squid Game eventually. So as long as I never land on it, I'm good. Because Squid Game appeals to me in a way that I would rather not get into here. And I do have a laundry list of anime that I want to watch, because I've only seen a handful of anime all the way through. I've seen the original Fullmetal Alchemist. I've not seen Brotherhood all the way through. So I like watching people die. Yeah, I'll actually address that in a moment, because it is actually a funny thing. I don't like watching people die. Just give me a moment to finish what I'm saying. I can keep the bomb in the water. I want to watch Durarara, Panty and Stocking. I want to finish Trigun because I only watched the first few episodes. I've heard Keep Your Hands Off Isaac-Ken is pretty good. I liked what little I watched of Blue Exorcist. I am going to be all over Spice and Wolf Season 3 once that's out. And I've seen all of Hellsing Ultimate and High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead wasn't really all that good, though. A lot of really odd choices for fan service that was just really unnecessary. You should play the extremely cursed game Evangelion Girlfriend of Steel on Dreamcast. Do I have to? I don't think I want to, honestly. Ow. Oh, actually, thank you. That boosted me. But to address what Val said, I actually do have an interest in violent media. Because, for whatever reason, hardcore violence and gruesome and grotesque imagery just fascinates me. I love a lot of gruesome media, and I am not very squeamish about that. Unless it involves eye trauma. Like, I love Mortal Kombat. I liked Happy Tree Friends for a while. I don't watch it anymore, though. I guess I'll start getting these now. And I like a lot of violent games. And even some gross ones like The Binding of Isaac. That stuff doesn't really bother me. And I don't know what it is, but I've just been fascinated with it all my life. And I think it's because when I was a kid, my parents just let me watch Celebrity Deathmatch. Now, of course, the problem with watching Celebrity Deathmatch as a kid is I didn't know who anyone on it was. It wasn't until much later when I rewatched the fights on, like, 240p YouTube videos where I actually understood the jokes. And I was watching the fights a lot in high school on YouTube, but that was because I finally understood the jokes now. So I was trying to rewatch the fights to see what all I didn't really understand. Alright, I need... I guess I can just do that. So I apologize if I'm rambling, I just kind of tend to do that. Am I Jeffrey Dahmer? Is he the one who ate people? Forgive me, I don't know my serial killers. Alright. I believe... I want to go down this one. I guess wrong. I specifically did not watch that Netflix series because I don't like how they are essentially exploiting people's trauma, because a lot of victims of Dahmer, or at least the families of the victims, really did not appreciate their trauma being made into a quote-unquote hit Netflix series. I'm sure the show is good, I just don't think I want to watch it. Yeah, like... It's an oddly heavy topic to be getting into while I'm playing Kirby, but I mean... It just seems to be a theme with this stream. The thing that I always think of whenever shows like this come out is, how many of you were active on the internet when Elliot Rodger did his little incel rampage? That was before the term incel was coined, but Elliot Rodger was absolutely an incel. For those who don't remember, I believe it was 2012, it may have been 2011. Dude named Elliot Rodger murdered his mom, I believe his roommate, and then killed a bunch of women and men before getting arrested. Simkey, you were not around for that? Well, Simkey, you're a baby, so... You probably were... I'm kidding. That was a little mean. I'm sorry. Anyways, Elliot Rodger posted a manifesto claiming that... Oh, I think it's the other area. Claiming that the reason why he did the thing is because he believed that women were horrible for not letting him have sex with them, and that men were horrible for being able to have sex when he couldn't. And when his manifesto was posted, of course, because the internet is the internet, some people agreed that he was correct. And when he was in prison, because I believe he was taken alive, a bunch of girls started sending love letters to him, because that is a really weird thing that happens when the serial killer happens to be conventionally attractive. Pretty sure. There it is. And that is the thing that happens when you publish the name of a serial killer and give them the attention they crave, is they get fans. It is an absolutely bizarre phenomenon, and it always happens, and no one ever fucking learns from it. We shouldn't be giving serial killers attention. I'm gonna get that item I missed. And yet we always do, because people need to know what happened. They need to talk about it. They need to tell their friends, hey, did you hear what McShittits did? He murdered 3 children and then ate his mom. Isn't that amazing? Or isn't that strange? I'm gonna post about it all over the internet and put his name everywhere so we can talk about McShittits. I mean, it's good to be informed about these things because they are case studies for individuals who should have been caught sooner. But we don't need to turn it into a hit Netflix show or a feature film. Bal, that's disturbing. Well, okay, the reason why I singled out Elliot Rodger is because I was at one point friends with a guy who thought Elliot needed friends. When he made it very clear he wanted sex. Like, Bao, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I think I actually talked with you and Dennis about it when that happened 10 years ago. That hurt to say. What's the disturbing part? 8 years ago. Well, it felt like 10 years ago at this point. Well, the disturbing part is giving any kind of fan mail to killers like that. I realize you're probably joking, so I didn't need to say that, but whatever. Also, yeah, I was trying to come up with a name that would be funny to make a point about, you know, we shouldn't be giving them attention in the first place, and all that came to mind was McShittits, and that's not even a name. I swear to God, if McShittits becomes a thing because I said that. I think we can help each other. I'm a military reporter with a show called Battle Tits. Report to the ship as soon as possible. Bang, okay. It has come to my attention that me quoting gamer poop without context makes me sound psychotic. So rather than learning from this, I'm going to continue to do it. Speaking of, I've actually recently tried rewatching a lot of gamer poop, and none of it is really out funny anymore. Give me that back. Except for the Mass Effect ones. I don't know what it is, but like Gamer Poop Skyrim is not funny anymore. Neither is Gamer Poop Oblivion, and there's some questionable jokes in that. But Gamer Poop Mass Effect has managed to age better than almost every other YouTube poop combined, and I don't know why. There's a lot of questionable transphobic, or potentially transphobic jokes in the Oblivion ones. I wasn't looking at the screen. That was a nice save there. Mass Effect is woke and the other games aren't. Ow. Yeah, there's probably people who actually believe that, though. This is a Zero Thoughts Head Empty song. This song is me at 3 a.m. Oh, speaking of songs at 3 a.m., I just wanted to announce now, I will not be streaming on New Year's Eve, because Sorrow and I are continuing our tradition of playing Animal Crossing on New Year's Eve. I might not stream on New Year's, depending on how late I stay up with Sorrow. Alright, if I can get... I think it's Cutter that I need. Should be able to do that. No, I need Bomb. I think I can get Bomb on this level. Alright, I'll have to come back. Whoops. I'm trying to get the damn cards. Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? I've got it. God damn it, I screwed it up already. Never mind. Forget the joke. Time to fight Pix. This thing's name is Pix. I did not know this thing was named Pix. Before I went live, I was watching another furry VTuber by the name of Ash K9 stream Klonoa for the first time, because she was streaming the Klonoa remaster that came out back in July. Oh, it's more of a remake. That was her first time ever playing Klonoa, and she made a comment about how she wondered when it came out in relation to Kirby 64. Since there are very few 2.5D platformers out there. The only ones I can name, as a matter of fact, are the Klonoa games, both Tomba games, or Tombi in Europe, and this. Alright, so abilities are actually useless here. Ah, Simkey, I didn't know that. That's kind of clever. This was my favorite cutscene when I was a kid. I wasn't a foodie growing up, but this was definitely a sign that I would become a foodie. Guys, for those who know that I post pictures of food a lot, you would probably be surprised to know that I was actually kind of a picky eater when I was a kid. I didn't like cheese, I didn't like seafood. I didn't like a lot of veggies. I didn't like wheat bread or whole wheat bread. I didn't like rye bread. I didn't like nuts. Didn't like a lot of things. And thanks to my grandma, since she always went with the cheapest and most readily available option, most of the restaurants that I ate at was shit like Burger King and McDonald's. Now, it's very difficult to find something that I don't like. And for as far as restaurants go, I prefer to eat at local places. Time for Moist Star. Please do not say that. Watch out when you slap my nuts. Again, things that sound psychotic out of context. I do not... from this point on, I'm probably not going to remember what abilities I need, so like I said, I will come back and get the shards that I'm missing when I return. It's the Japanese name. I actually didn't know that. Ow. Is this actually going to take me 6 hours to beat? Because my notes say this will take about 6 hours, but that's including getting all the crystal shards, and some of them actually require revisiting levels, because some of them require ability combos you actually don't get in the level the shards in. So you're forced to come back. 69 hours. No. Also, well, Klonoa 1 doesn't feature enemies or hazards like these froggies. Klonoa 2 does, which I always found funny. Hi everyone. Tomat. Earlier today, I saw Bandit. For those of you who don't know who Bandit is, if you're new here, Bandit is the pink burb in the bottom left corner. I saw Bandit being a potate. He was sitting all floofed and trying desperately to stay awake. Oh, I need Ice Bomb. I can't even get ice in this level. Oh, I know I can. The penguins have ice. Can I get Bomb in this level? Yeah, he's a good boy. The other day, I made a joke and Bandit laughed. He has a very good habit of laughing at appropriate times. But we don't really know if he actually finds it funny or if he's just mimicking it when he hears people laugh. But the thing is, most of the time when he laughs, no one else has laughed yet. And Peaches will do that too. Peaches is the sun conure. Sometimes the first person to laugh will be one of the birds. And I absolutely love that. This is the Joker. Heh. Is the movie starring what's-his-name Phoenix any good? Because I haven't seen it. I heard it was good, and I remember the AV Club gave it a B grade, and then put it on their list of the worst films of the year, even though they gave it a good rating. I actually unfollowed the AV Club because of that. Not because I liked the movie or anything, but because... why bother putting it on your worst films of the year list if you gave it a fucking B grade? Because the review even called it one of the best films of the year. I think their only reasoning for putting it on the worst films of the year is because of the stupid belief that losers identify with the Joker, which, while it's true that a lot of losers identify with the Joker, more people talked about that happening with the film than people actually were doing it with. Shit! Because let's be real, there are a lot of losers on the internet who identify with characters that you're not supposed to identify with. And I don't just mean the Joker, I also mean characters like the main character of Wolf on Wall Street, the main character of American Psycho, and Rick Sanchez, or BoJack Horseman. You're not meant to identify with those characters, because they're meant to be awful people. They're meant to be warnings. And usually if anyone really latches onto a character like that, that's kind of a red flag that they might have some personality flaws. Especially since in most of those media, those characters don't actually suffer much in the way of consequences for their actions. I identify with Joe Mama. Ooh. Okay, see, that's based, Senki. Because the goal of everyone should be to become ungovernable and unmarketable. Like, I'm a furry VTuber, and I will single-handedly tank Twitch's, like, net worth if I have to. Like, if you want to scare away a corporation, call me, because I will scare away a corporation. Kirby is marketable. Listen, Han, don't ruin the bit. I mean, you can market to furries, it's just that you'll be blacklisted if you do. Bad Dragon figured it out. Maybe a little too well. But there's no way in hell a corporation like Best Buy or fucking... What was the other one? I was gonna say Walmart is gonna appeal to furries. God damn it. MSI appealed to furries. They're probably, like... They probably have a lot of furries on them, though. I mean, we are reaching a point where more people are kind of just accepting that furries are the backbone of society, and thus trying to appeal to them in a reasonably safer work way. Does actually win you favors with the fandom, which is a good ally to have. Because, I mean, furries, a lot of furries are engineers, and they design plane engines. A lot of furries are IT whizzes. And, like, half of the people who keep the internet running are furries. And one of the people who led Moderna to develop the COVID vaccine is Sailor Roo Scout, who is a furry. I think her character's name is actually Chisei. And, of course, with the advent of VTubers on Twitch, we have people kind of sort of pioneering new kinds of content on the platform. Like Whiskey Dingo hosting furry versions of game shows. Which no one had been doing at the time, before he did that. And we have furries like Doryu's climbing the charts of most watched Apex players. And even more so now that big name VTubers like Zentreya, Chibidoki, and Snuffy are outright advertising themselves as furries. When's the US Army going to appeal to furries? I don't think that's ever happening. Okay, no. I take that back. That is absolutely going to happen. Oh, Loyal, you didn't see those? Yeah, Whiskey Dingo brought a bunch of people together in VR chat. And they did Family Feud. I think they did The Price is Right and Match Game. And Hollywood Squares. It featured other furry VTubers like Miss Jackie, I think... oh damn it, I need Cutter Bomb. I think it was Bardic something, I forget his name. Chester the Otter. And Jonas Scott, who is the actual voice actor for Legoshi on V-Stars. Yeah, it was really cool, and I got to watch some of them live. Also, Bao, I actually would not be surprised if Army recruiters resort to trying to appeal to furries. The thing is, I think even younger furries, since they do tend to prey on people fresh out of college or high school, are not going to fall for it. Excuse me. Yeah, I think Whiskey was focusing on big names for that. But, there's nothing stopping someone like Puffin or Catvolts from... No! Oh, thank God. Shit. Alright, I'll come back. Oh, fuck it, and that star is that? That'd be a nightmare. Lock this room. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever participate in a furry game show like that, because to make it work well, it would have to be done in VR chat, and I don't know if I can actually use VR because I am prone to motion sickness. And I finally have a way of dealing with motion sickness because I have a Dramamine that I take. But the problem is the Dramamine makes me drowsy and it completely kills my energy. So I would be too tired and would have no energy, and I probably wouldn't be a fun contestant on the game show. Which is unfortunate because it would be really fun. Oh yeah, I know that VR chat isn't strictly VR. And I know you can play in desktop mode because there is a desktop version. And I would not be against doing that for casual meetups and whatever. But to get the most out of something like a full-fledged furry game show, I really would need a headset and full body tracking. And I don't know if I can do that. Definitely something I could work towards because I feel like I could eventually get over my motion sickness like I did in the past by just being in cars and whatnot all the time. But buying a headset while I'm still dealing with motion sickness is a very risky investment and an expensive one. And I don't drive and don't have a reason to be going out all the time, so I can't use exposure therapy that way. Now, once I'm more comfortable going on public transportation again, and actually have a reason to be going out, which hopefully will be happening next year, maybe I can work on that? No, you don't need... Okay, so this is just for the most ideal situation for a furry game show if you're doing a big event like what Whiskey Dingo did. Everyone who took part in that had full-body motion tracking, but they're all also big-name VTubers, so they can afford that. I would prefer to have full-body motion tracking to get the most out of an event like that, but it's not necessary. At least I'd like to think it's not. Of course, whoever is actually hosting the event, which probably wouldn't be me, gets to decide what everyone needs. The only reason why I probably wouldn't be a host for something like that is because I am not a very good leader when it comes to things, and I would much rather be a follower. Hi, Back. I'm Spike. Oh god. This room always kills me. This level always kills me, as a matter of fact. I don't know, though. I mean, like, my career as a streamer is a lot of big changes for me, so... Shit. So, maybe I can become a leader this way? I mean, some positive change has already happened from me being a streamer. I have been a lot more consistent about making good on promises. Oh, I don't have a... Alright. And I'm actually able to play to stand playing video games for longer periods at a time. Because I've never talked about this, but when I was a kid, and Zeno would be able to attest to this too, because he experienced it as well. We only got to play video games for maybe an hour on the weekends for a good portion of our lives. Even if we had free time, we were still only allowed 1 hour on the weekends. So, as you can probably imagine, we didn't really finish many games when most of our games took, at minimum, like 10 to 16 hours to beat, if not more so. and we can only do a single hour across 2 days of a weekend. And that kind of instilled a habit in at least me, where I could only stand playing games for maybe a couple hours at a time because it's just what I was used to. And I never really got over that even after I was allowed to self-police and play games on my own time. And I was hoping that with streaming, I would be able to finally break out of that habit, and that has actually happened. Yeah, I don't talk about it often because it's not really something that I like talking about. But it's just parents being parents. And I knew I'd get over it eventually. I just never tried because for a while I thought like, oh, what's really the point? It's not a negative right now. It just means I play games for less time, and the games aren't really important. Uh-oh. Oh, don't... Okay, that wasn't the crystal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there's the crystal. Ow. Fuck this level with a rotten cactus. That's a new one. I've never said that. Oh, I actually got all 3 shards. That's nice. This boss can be a pain. So, pro tip, don't use cutter in this boss fight. Because you can't swim while you have thrown Kirby's face. But you can do this. Oh yeah, I don't think I actually showed this off. You can hold enemies above you and they'll do stuff. This is one of the more useful enemies for that. Oh, but we're not finished yet. Oh, Loyal, you didn't know that? Loyal, I thought you said you played this game. Well, no, Acro's not destroyed yet. There's a second phase, and this is the more annoying of the 2 phases. Every boss has 2 phases except for Miracle Matter, O2, who's the true final boss, and Pix. Miracle Matter is just a long-ass fight. O2 only really has a single phase, and Pix's first phase, if you want to call it that, you can't actually damage them in it. Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I would pick up every enemy and hold them above my head to see what they would do, because I was just curious. That was something that I did a lot as a kid, is I would just try out every little thing I could think of in a lot of the games I liked, because I wanted to see what would happen. And that's something that I still do a lot today. I don't do it a lot on stream, though, because it's not always interesting, and sometimes it just wastes time. That's the reason why this is one of my favorite Kirby games, is they thought of a lot of things that you could do just holding an enemy above your head. Some enemies actually instantly die if you do that. The little sandy faces, if you do that, they just fall apart. Final phase of the bee in Cuphead. I don't think I've seen that fight. No, wait, no, I have. Oh yeah, I never finished Cuphead, so I'm considering streaming it. Also, do you want to hear a bit of a nuclear hot take about Cuphead? I actually don't think Cuphead is all that hard. That's only because I played a shitload of Metal Slug. So I'm used to that kind of gameplay. Put a rubber band around the film? What good does that do for the film? Like, seriously, what's the benefit? What's stopping me from beating it? Oh, I never went back to it. I got distracted by other games. I did get stuck on one of the bosses. But, I mean, I have definitely died in the game. Less often than other people have. Now, I'm not saying the game is easy, necessarily. I'm just saying that I don't think it's as hard. Also, the pterodactyl enemies are cute, but they're actually kind of annoying. Oh yeah, we got a storm coming in too. That might be a bit of a problem for the game room, but Zeno said he would take care of it if problems happen. Because the storm's direction is likely to be going directly onto the windows of the game room, which are not in great condition. So it actually might cause water to get into the game room, like has happened before with the with rain hitting those windows. I don't know if we'll actually have to worry about anything, but like I said, Zeno said he would take care of it. Zeno hasn't said anything in chat, so I don't know if he's actually actively dealing with it right now or not. I hope he's not, or doesn't have to, because it's not fun. Also, this ability breaks the game. Sorry, I was just making sure that Zeno wasn't messaging me about the water getting in again. He didn't, so we're good. Shit's scary, man. This house is falling apart. Alright, so... I jumped and you know it. The house was built in the 1890s and you swear it's haunted. I have been in an old house before that it gave off a really old and weird aura, or at least part of the house. My grandma used to have a house in Michigan that was her family's old house. I won't say specifically where it was, other than it was in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Oh, hello. There's a crystal. She doesn't own it anymore. She actually sold it a couple years ago. But it was the house her parents and her old family lived in like the 1920s or so. And it was a townhouse, which ended up being a one-family home years later when she retained ownership of the house. But the other half of the house, the half that we did not stay in when we would visit the house on vacations was empty. Save for a couple rooms that had chests and maybe one or two chairs. There's no furniture. There were no clothing. There's no paintings. Nothing like that. When the house was going to be sold... Yeah, Zeno knows what I'm about to say. When the house was going to be sold, my dad, Zeno, and I... If I haven't made it clear, Zeno's my brother. We went up to the house one last time and also to collect things before the house was sold. And they went exploring in the other half of the house, and I eventually went up there. And when we got into that other half, all of us felt like something was off. It was eerily quiet. And all three of us got a feeling like we weren't supposed to be there. Zeno and my dad specifically said it felt like something did not want them there. And in the room that had a few chests, I think two of which were empty, and the third one had some belongings in it, Zeno said that he felt like he was being watched. And he turned around and saw into another room that had my grandma's brother's military uniform and his military supplies sitting on the floor. And shortly after that, all three of us decided to get the fuck out of that half of the house. Now, I'm not saying that I believe in ghosts, because ghosts aren't real. But that is the first time in my life that I felt something that did not want me to be there. Like, something just made me want to get the fuck out of there. I have never felt that before. And I don't know what happened between my grandma and her family, but I need to point out there were belongings to my grandma's family in that house that my grandma did not instruct us to take with us. So if something wanted us out of there, it almost feels like whatever remained of Nana's... well, okay, I said her name. Well, everyone calls her Grandma Nana. Whatever remained of my grandma's family did not want us snooping around up there. And again, I have no idea what happened to the relationship between my grandma and her family. She has never told us. So... it's just creepy. And that is the closest thing I have to an actual ghost story that happened to me. And honestly, one of the scariest situations I've ever been in. I wasn't even in any danger. It's just, I did not want to be there. Oh shit. And as a writer who previously dabbled in horror, you can bet your ass that I'm going to use that. Also one of the coolest abilities here in a story at some point. Because I've never talked about my writing much on stream either, but I had a writing blog at one point. It's still up, I just haven't updated it in years. But I started writing out of frustration that I couldn't draw the way I wanted to. And originally when I was writing on that blog, I was writing horror. Because I was basing my horror off of short creepypastas. And I thought I did a pretty good job, but I ended up having more fun with writing comedies. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with believing in ghosts, because it's kind of hard to prove that ghosts are real, if they are. but you know, if the proof ever comes along, I will trust it. Now, I will say that while I don't necessarily believe ghosts are real, I do believe there are moments where you can just sense something is wrong. Whether that is a ghost or some kind of cosmic power telling you to get the fuck out of wherever you are, I'll never be able to say. Am I the Joker? I was trying to think of a clever comeback and I got nothing. Look at supernatural things as things science isn't yet caught up to. 100 years ago, believing in invisible energy was fantastical. Then we discovered X-rays. Yeah, I mean, like, what is magic? Then, what is magic if not... I can't even word it correctly. Magic is just science we haven't explained yet. Because, like, if you explained radio waves to someone in the 1800s, they would think you're talking about witchcraft. Good luck explaining radiation. I mean, how we have uncontacted tribes still that would consider all this stuff to be magic. Val, I can't tell if you're quoting something or just making fun of me. It shouldn't be working as well as it is. Or like germs. Things so tiny you can't see that will make you sick. Sounds like witchcraft, but it became science. Or like radio waves were discovered in the 1800s. Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. History Guy. Fucking nerd. I actually don't know if that came up in my history class or not, because I did just take a history final. Oh, thank God I got one of the easy ones. I have to make a hat. Thankfully, this is the easy one. Because there's 3 different solutions that can happen. The hardest one is the goddamn pizza, and that's what I kept getting on Switch. When I was watching Puff and Ardwolf, who is a good friend and a mutual of a few people here, or a mutual streamer that they watch, she got the hat on her first try. There we go. Because there's 3 solutions you can get, and it changes each time you enter the level. It can be a hat, an umbrella, or a pizza. And the pizza is by far the hardest, because the angle you need to get the stuff at does not line up with how it looks. That's not what I wanted. Fuck. Also, watch this. Do you remember how I said you can do stuff with the enemies if you hold them? Hold me closer, Tony Danza. I feel like I have heard that before. K-I-R-B-Y. Penguin. Plays it on the radio at your job. This is one of the levels where to get one of the crystal shards, you have to bring an ability you don't actually get in the level. Excuse me. You have to carry it pretty damn far, too. Because you need the ice-ice combo. Yes, I know, ice-ice, baby. Shut the fuck up. Oh yeah, this game's soundtrack is amazing. Also, I think the 6-hour estimate that I had for this game is incredibly generous. So... well, no. And again... we've got one world left before the world with Miracle Matter. And then I have to get all the crystal shards, so I might save that for Friday. Because Miracle Matter and O2 are going to take me several tries, because those fights are actually pretty hard. My favorite is Above the Clouds. Am I going to get into the leftover pork belly? Ooh, that is a good question. Do you know how much is left? Like, is it 2 pieces, 4 pieces? 2 pieces? If you want them, go ahead and have them. The pork belly was good, but I think the fat on it was kind of affecting my stomach a little bit, so I don't think I should have any more tonight. So go ahead and have it. I'll probably make one of our noodle dishes if I'm still hungry. Oh yeah, I didn't say it already, but we had a pork belly and mac and cheese tonight. Maybe an odd combo, but it was tasty. Yeah, this is one of the, I think actually the first game where DDD directly teamed up with Kirby. Because the thing is, DDD isn't actually evil. He just really hates Kirby. Because he's jealous of Kirby. Made chicken and dumplings in your Instapot? Ooh. Yeah. Also, speaking of, I am going to get my stream server set up this weekend. And as soon as I make sure that permissions and channels and whatnot are set up, and we have some bots to... Oh, excuse me, where's this coming from? And we have some bots to let people seamlessly add roles to themselves, I will start sending out invites, so... Anyone who is interested, keep an eye on my Twitter, because I will post the link there for like a... You know, because I will announce it on Twitter, but I'm not going to post the link there to try to keep the number of bots that join to a minimum. And I will attach it to my Twitch profile. We will have a food channel, because no... give me that! No server is complete without a food channel. Oh yeah, the way DDD just tosses Kirby into the next scenes is amazing. By the way, you remember how I said you needed to carry an ability into this level? You need to carry Ice Ice, which is a giant snowball, here to get this. But Ice is a rare ability up until this point. And you do not get Ice in this level. And Ice Ice sucks as an ability. Yeah, when this game came out on Switch, I played through it, and I actually beat the game while there was a bug in it that would soft lock the game if Kirby got bumped by something while already taking damage underwater. And I mentioned Puffin a moment ago. I actually helped her 100% the game because I had literally just done it. So the requirements to unlock everything was actually fresh in my mind. Because this is one of the only Kirby games that Puffin played when she was younger. And actually one of the only Kirby games she's ever played. And she was excited to get to play it again on Switch. Speaking of, the Switch port is, or the Switch version is good. There's a slight input delay issue though. So, you have to get used to that if you're going to play it. Alright, there is a crystal shard in this room, if I remember correctly. I'm going to ignore that one up. I don't remember what half of the room it appears on, though, so we'll have to wing it. There it is. Okay, it was either the right or the left. We're good. Also, if I didn't say it already, this is on an actual N64. Alright, have a good night, Simkeet. Ow. This ability is fucking broken. Alice died there. But yeah, Fire Sword is the most broken ability in the game. You can literally beat most of the bosses and just most of the game with that ability alone. So yeah, after Shiver Star, we've got 1 star left. And then all that's left after that is getting the rest of the crystal shards. Yeah, just... Cause baby, you're a firework. I don't know the lyrics. I don't listen to Katy Perry. Yeah, it's not. I remember when that JonTron version came out. It kind of is a shame that JonTron is, well, JonTron. Don't know if I really want to get into that discussion here, but... Yeah, JonTron never quite learned the value of knowing when to shut the fuck up. Because he seemed to have consistently made the mistake of saying too much. In. You need any fire ability to break that, doesn't matter what it is. Fireworks is one of the easier ones to reach it with. So, I mentioned there was a soft lock bug in the Switch version. This is one of the levels where it can be a bit of a pain in the ass, because you need to go underwater. What would happen, basically, is if you bumped into an enemy while you were already taking damage underwater, Kirby would get stuck in the damage animation, would not take any more damage, and would just float in the water. And the game would essentially soft lock. You would have to leave the level in order to continue. I was able to beat the game despite that by making heavy use of what was it? Save states. And when I was helping Puffin, she managed to beat the game despite that without save states. Thankfully, they patched it out. It was one of the only times they actually patched the N64 app. outside of a new game drop, because the game was almost unplayable because of it. And I love the N64, and I appreciate the N64 app because it has given me something I've wanted since I was a kid, which was portable N64 games. But my god, Nintendo did not properly vet the app first. I have heard of Quest 64. From what I know, a lot of people really wanted to like it because there are so few RPGs on N64. And I've actually considered getting it despite knowing that it's bad. Just because there are so few RPGs on N64. I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking games you know are bad. Sometimes you don't need a masterpiece, you just need something stupid fun. Like Zeno and I, one of our favorite games to play together is Turok Evolution. The game is absolutely dog shit, but it has a really fun multiplayer mode. It has a stupidly fun multiplayer mode because it's got some really nice weapons. And it's got probably the worst single-player campaign I've ever seen for an FPS. Bal, we're not having that fucking discussion again. Yeah, I remember the cerebral bore weapon. If I remember correctly, it's actually based on something from a movie? And here's my favorite song in the game. Maybe I'll do a Turok stream at some point. They finally added multiplayer to the Switch version of Turok 2, so I think it's about time I get that. I've been waiting for it to go on sale. And the second most broken ability in the game. Cutter Bomb. Which is an exploding shuriken. Oh. Looking forward to trying Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on Switch. Oh! I like you already. Zeno and I spent a good portion of our childhoods playing the original Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. And the game might have its fair share of problems, but it's actually my favorite Final Fantasy game, because I have played very little of the mainline Final Fantasy games. My first Final Fantasy was Crystal Chronicles, and I love it. I'm going to pause stream for a moment. Because there's just something I want to play. I just want you guys to listen to it. And I'm doing this for Izzy here as well. And for Zeno. Give me a moment to find the video. It is my favorite intro to a level in Crystal Chronicles. Give me a moment here.
When I was a child, I once asked my mother, "Where did I come from?" She answered, "Why, we all sprouted from the mushroom forest, of course. Nightmares soon haunted my sleep. I dreamt that I was lost among the toadstools. I awoke in tears, but felt the warmth of my mother's embrace as she comforted me. It is something I still remember to this day.
So yeah, I think about that intro a lot. I don't know why, but that particular level, I think about it a lot. And yeah, like, I adore Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I don't care if the game isn't amazing. I love it. And one of these days, I would like to finally finish it. And yeah, when they released the trailer for it, where they had an HD version of the game's original intro, Zeno and I actually cried. Because we never thought we would ever see the game again. We still have Crystal Chronicles for GameCube. We even have the adapters we need to do proper multiplayer with it. And we did do proper multiplayer with it when we were kids. So now, why did it hit him but not the other one? God, now I want to play Crystal Chronicles. I could stream that. Yeah, we have the strategy guide. Also, you don't actually need a Switch for Crystal Chronicles, Izzy. Because it's on PS4, Steam, and mobile, and you don't even need the full game. You can join someone as long as you have the companion app for it. Or, not the companion app, the demo. So, if you wanted to join... Yeah, it's on Steam, I think. But, like, if you had the game on, say, Steam, and you only had the demo, as long as... you and I are friends, even though I'm on Switch, you can join me with just you having the demo. And it doesn't matter which demo. If you play it on the same platform that you have the demo on, you can keep your save data. You can play the entire game with someone else using just the demo. It's not on Steam. Is it on PC? Because I thought it was. PS4, Switch, iOS, and Android. Okay, so... Alright. I would recommend the Switch version because of handheld play. Alright, that looks like Spark and Needle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's making me want to go back to Crystal Chronicles. I never finished it on Switch either. Because I guess I just got too busy. But at some point, I'd like to go back to it. If you guys don't mind me starting from the middle of the game, I could probably stream that. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. Because it's a mall. By the way, didn't really show a good look of it, but we are on Shiver Star. I don't want that. Which is actually a post-apocalyptic Earth. Good enough. Yoop. Give me that meat. I have never had bone-in meat before, and I've always wondered what it's like. Kirby murdered everyone. Oh no, I don't think Kirby murdered everyone. I think everybody is on a train trying to plow through the snow. A train that pierces the snow. A snow piercer, if you will. Ow. By the way, watch Snowpiercer, the show. It's amazing. It will make you hate Sean Bean. Well, I know I've had T-bone steaks and chicken drumsticks. I mean, the kind of bone-in meat that you see on in games. I assumed that was called bone-in meat. More like boner meat, Lamau. Please remind me to never say that again. Do I eat bones? Like this. I want to try this. I'd imagine it's just meat. But I've always wanted to eat it like that, because I never see it done like that. Listen, I just like food, okay? Food is one of life's greatest pleasures. Yeah, I'm not as good about cooking. I want to get better as a cook. But I love eating. Alright, so that's peach, cherry, nut. Are you trying to tell me something, Adeline? Women. That was a joke, don't get mad. Ow. Gamer rage? Yeah, I had a heated gaming moment. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to put out a fake apology and then immediately do it again. And then accidentally invite alt-right figure Ben Shapiro onto my channel. But to be clear, I have not watched his channel, even though I explicitly invited him knowing who he was to my channel. Topical humor. Well, I mean, it would be topical if this was whenever that happened. Since I brought it up, I just need to point out that while it's true that people say things when they're angry, the only things you say when you're angry is stuff you're already willing to say. So if you say something really terrible when you're angry, that means you're willing to say it. So it doesn't matter if you only said it because you were angry. You said it because you're willing to say it in the first place. Otherwise, you would never have crossed that line. Well, like bitch Shapiro. I prefer to think of him as Ben, my doctor wife said her... What was it? My doctor wife said her pussy is always dry, Shapiro. Because the most telling thing he ever said was that his wife told him, after pointing out that she is a doctor, that vaginas never get wet, and that if they do, it's a yeast infection. Which implies that she gently tried to tell him that he does not make her aroused. And he is never going to live that down. Alright, I need the drill arm for that. That's way too many words? Yeah, but I think it's funny if you just keep adding words to it. That's a fascinating psychological truth. I mean, yeah, like, when you're angry, when you're drunk, things you say and do, you only do that if you're willing to do it in the first place. Because being angry and being drunk doesn't change your morals, it changes your behavior. And even if your behavior changes, your morals ideally never do just because you're angry or drunk. So, like, you can explicitly be blamed for anything you say and do when you're angry or drunk. Because you only do that stuff if you're willing to do it in the first place. Justin Roiland humor. I feel like that's an insult. Oh yeah, they're cloning animals here. By the way, for those who have never actually played a Kirby game before, Kirby may look all cute and whatnot, but the lore is actually kind of horrifying. Kirby Star Allies, which is one of the games that I'm not playing for this marathon, the main villain is trying to resurrect his dead daughter. And he goes insane trying to resurrect her. Now, Rick and Morty writer and voice actor. Yeah, I know who he is. From what I know, he's actually the least funny part about Rick and Morty. Yeah, Izzy's, right. Like, you can't hide behind, oh, I was drunk, or oh, I was angry. Because, like, whatever you do when you're in those states, you're going to do it again if you ever enter that state again. There's no doubt about it. Ah, I needed the fucking, lightsaber. Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, one of the reasons why I don't drink is because I don't want to find out what I'm like when I'm drunk. Now, to be fair, I am not an abuser. In fact, I worry a lot about what I say and do might hurt people that I care about. Now, granted, I obviously don't go out of my way to do that, but I do have a tendency of speaking without thinking. So sometimes I accidentally say something that I shouldn't have, or what I thought was the right thing to do is not. And I worry what I'll do if I actually happen to get drunk. So I don't drink. However, I don't really have a reason to drink because I don't even like... Oh, thank God. I don't like the taste of most alcoholic drinks. I don't like the burn of alcohol. And one of the medications I take is affected by alcohol, so it's probably safer if I don't. Wait, how the fuck were you gaining height when throwing those shuriken at the boss? Let me get out of this spot and I can actually show you, because it's a funny... Oh, there we go. Funny way of the game handling height. So, peak of my jump. I'm falling. Yeah. Peak. I fall. So now I'm going to start throwing on the way up. It briefly keeps my momentum. Oh god. Can't drink alcohol because my body doesn't process it correctly and it makes my gut swell. Yeast gets stuck in my intestine. This has an unusual side effect that the yeast will eventually stay so long it'll ferment with sugar I consume and actually get me drunk without... Oh, God. Isn't that what almost killed Markiplier? Alright, I'm gonna have to not look at chat for a moment here, because this area actually can get me killed pretty easily. Yep, I'm dead. I got the crystal shard though, and that's the important thing. No, he's allergic to alcohol. Okay. Yeah, I have sipped alcoholic drinks here and there. I like the taste of daiquiris because they're fruity. But I didn't like the burn of alcohol. I don't like beer. I don't like wine. I've heard rum tastes like battery acid. I've heard vodka tastes like oil. What? I think I'm actually supposed to wait in the middle there, because I think these things back up after they reach the end. So, like, I'm not necessarily against drinking. I just don't think it's ever something I'm gonna do. Or something I'm ever gonna do. And I don't fault people who do drink. Though, if you have to drink in order to have fun, I do question things. Because I know that's a big European thing, is that most Europeans don't do anything fun unless they can get drunk first. Or at least drink a lot while they're doing it. Okay, good. These guys do back up. Yeah, I could probably go my entire life without ever drinking. Yeah, like, again, nothing wrong if people drink occasionally, but if you have to drink to have fun or do anything with people, I don't know if I necessarily want to hang out with you. Ow. Alright, this might be easier if I actually use the ability that they want me to use. Phase 2. Oh! By the way, there is a boss in Kirby's Return to Dreamland that was added in that was included in one of the extra modes that seems to be related to this boss, who is actually a leftover from the one of the Kirby GameCube games that was canceled. The one that actually got a trailer. And you can see him in some screenshots of the canceled game, and it's the same boss that's in Return to Dreamland. Okay, so we definitely don't have enough time to, we definitely don't have enough time to get all the crystal shards before fighting Node 2. Because it's going to take me about 30 minutes, and then we're only going to have 15 minutes of stream left. Roughly 30 minutes. So I will definitely have to come back to this tomorrow. Before I continue, Friday. It is not going to take me 3 hours, I don't think, to get all these shards. What would you guys prefer? You're streaming tonight? Okay. What would you guys prefer with Friday? Would you rather me finish Crystal Shards? I'm not ending yet, by the way. But would you rather I finish Crystal Shards and then swap to some random N64 game to fill out the rest of time? Or would you rather me finish Crystal Shards and then end stream to put the N64 away and grab the GameCube, which could take me about 10 minutes, so that way I can move on to Amazing Mirror? Well, no, I wouldn't have to end stream, necessarily. It just means I would have to spend 10 minutes swapping that. And I'd rather not do that if I don't have to, but I will do it if you guys want it. So I will leave that decision up to you guys. If nobody says anything, I am going to default to playing another N64 game. And, I will be raiding Sorrow after stream. Oh, god damn it. Do what I enjoy. Fuck you. Alright, then I'll just play another N64 game, so I will figure that out on Friday. I don't remember what ability I need here. None. That's not what I wanted. It's Bon and Needle, I think? I'll come back for that. Damn it. I was going for the card. Oh, this song is actually kind of, creepy. By the way, there's an item underneath. There's a shard underneath that. I believe I need electric and or spark and cutter. If I'm not mistaken. And I think I can get that here. So I think the spark enemies do show up here. Ow. Day day. Day 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 day. Day 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 day. That's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the night. Fun fact, the Smoke Weed Every Day remix actually started because of a remix that was simply King Dedede's theme with the tune being done by Snoop Dogg saying "day" from Smoke Weed Every Day. That's how that got started. And I don't think enough people know that. I was getting to that, you bitch! I just remembered I need a dual cutter. Alright, so evidently I still remember a lot of these from when I played this earlier in the year when it came to Switch. Shit. Okay. So I only need one ability here to beat the game. Or to get the shard that's here. Just need to find another fire guy. Obviously there's 3 shards, just like every other level. But only one requires the ability, and I need the fire arrow, which is fire and needle. Ah, not the right room. This level isn't really all that hard. This is just enemies, and enemies, and enemies. I just realized I forgot to move my switch in here. So, if I haven't made it... If it wasn't obvious, actually, from when I was talking about it earlier, we do have a game room. I'm streaming from my room, though, because it's easier to stream in my room than it is in the game room. I don't need this anymore. No. I was holding left, you bitch! Okay. That was loud. But my Switch is in the game room, and I normally bring it down with me even when I'm not streaming from my Switch, so that way I have something to do after stream. Because I am a person who spends a lot of my time playing games. Because it's a nice way to occupy myself, and I just really like games. I also have a shitload of Pokemon that I need to level up and evolve in Pokemon Scarlet, and I'd like to do that at some point. Xeno? Why would I need good luck for getting the Switch? Oh, don't tell me the game room is having issues. Oh. I don't know what I was going for. Are the windows okay? Shit. They're saturated, but nothing's coming in. Oh, that's good. It could be worse. Damn it. Miracle Matter is actually the hardest boss in the game. He's even harder than the final boss. Damn it. Especially because he doesn't stay vulnerable for long. Yeah, Zeno's just explaining something that I mentioned earlier, but I probably didn't do a good job explaining. Oh, maybe that's for the best. So yeah, Sorrow, if you're going to be streaming soon, if you want to get a head start on getting set up, I think Zeno can cover for you. Because I will be ending after this boss. Should take roughly 10 minutes. That way I can actually raid you. Oh my god. You know, maybe it would be better if I actually got the abilities. Why did I jump? Every fucking time. Miracle Matter is actually hard. This is not Dark Matter, this is Miracle Matter, but I think he's related to Dark Matter. What? And no, I can't just use any copy ability. I have to use the ones that it's using against me. You piece of shit. Damn it. Well, there goes Bandit. Rock is the most annoying one out of all these. Thank God. on. Oh, thank God, I thought I was gonna miss that. Izzy, are you in the Midwest? Because we're in Chicago and we're getting smacked by a storm right now. Hey, we beat the game! Hooray! It's all over. Yay! Not really. Yeah, Izzy! That's not an option. The upstairs is done with plaster. So if we put duct tape on the walls, it'll fucking destroy the walls if we pull it off. Because it's covered in motherfucking plaster. Because this house was poorly built. It's plaster that's been painted over. So duct tape isn't an option. We actually talked about that off stream before. And you're not the first person to suggest it. Ceiling foam, I think, is what we were going to do at some point, but the windows need to be replaced. And yes, the house sucks. This house is falling apart. I like the little doodles here. Makiko Omoto was the first person to voice Kirby. Also, Leslie Swan and Bill Trinan. Two big names with Nintendo localization. Mikiko Otomo, I already got her name wrong, I think, has said that voicing Kirby is the best thing to ever happen to her. And she has voiced Kirby since Kirby 64. And I constantly forget that King Dedede has been voiced by Masahiro Sakurai since this game. Even after Sakurai left the series, anytime King Dedede needed new lines, they just brought Sakurai back because he's been the only voice actor for Dedede. Oh no. So yeah, the two birds. Bandit can talk and says a lot of things, so I'm curious what kind of word salad he had this time. Alright, beat the game. That unlocks the sound check. The ones in the lower left? Yes. Bandit is the pink bird. He's a rose-breasted cockatoo, also known as a gala. And Peaches is the other bird. He is the sun conure. And here from Peach is a bunch of clicks and murps, so he's just annoyed that there's people around his cage at night. 85%, not bad. While Zeno is telling this, there we go. Yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, I was going to put the missing crystals in my notes, so that way I know which ones to look up afterwards. So for Friday I can get those. Also, Sorrow, if you want to get ready for stream, I will raid you if you can get set up soon, because I will be ending in a moment. Then Bandit sticks his crest all the way up, and I start giving him scritches on his crest. And you hear this. Who's a good boy? Good boy, Scritch. Good, Scritch, good boy. Love you. Who's a good Scritch, good boy? Who? Yeah, Bandit can talk. He can say, who's a good boy? Hi. Hi, Bandit. Scritches, love you. You're so cute. and a few other things. And at night, he has a tendency of just spewing word salads as Zeno is covering him up. Because if you have birds, you want to cover them up at night so that way they don't get spooked by people walking around in the dark. Because birds do not have very good night vision. And birds frighten very easily. Also, covering up the birds is a way of telling them that it's time to go to bed. And Peaches has been with us for long enough that he gets really annoyed if people don't cover him up or turn the light off at the right time. And it's very cute. That time he quoted the Communist Manifesto was kind of weird, though. Yeah, it was really weird when he said consume the flesh of the bourgeoisie. Like, that kind of came out of nowhere. By the way, I memorized how to spell bourgeoisie just for that one line. Consume the flesh of the bourgeoisie. Alright. So, let's see. The nice thing about having multiple monitors is... hold on. Sorrow still in chat? Yes. Sorrow, just message me on Discord when you're ready to start stream. I will try to keep people entertained until then. So how many cards did I get? Let's see. Getting set up? Alright. I can technically go for another 30 minutes, so... I'm just ending early because, getting the rest of the shards and fighting O2 is probably going to take a while. On Bandit, we will also make a couch noise. Oh, Bandit will also make a cough noise if you cough or sneeze, and he also makes a noise that sounds like someone using an inhaler, likely from his old family before we adopted him. Yeah, we adopted Bandit from another family because the mother of that family had asthma, and Bandit is a cockatoo, which is a naturally dusty bird, because that is how they stay waterproof. And he was only, like, I think about a year old at that point. So we are his second family, and he seems very happy here. He's a very good boy. I am brewing coffee, and I am on module 2 of 4 for college, so I'll go anywhere to hang out. Yeah, on Wednesdays and Sundays, I usually try to raid Sorrow if she gets stream up ready by the time I'm done streaming. But sometimes if she takes too long, I have to raid somebody else because I can't stay up too late because it fucks up my sleep schedule. So, just depends on when she gets ready. Magman. That guy's name is Magman? Oh, I got a lot of cards, actually. Oh yeah, this character's name is N to Z, which I'm pretty sure is from a filing cabinet. There's Gordo. Glunk. Why is this thing here? Splinter. Bow. I can't stay up too late because I get sleepy. I'm a bi. I'm a pan, myself. Alright. Oh, something I could do. Oh, okay. My phasic sleeper. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna play the intro again since I didn't let it play in its entirety originally. So that way you guys can get the full story of what's happening here. So twice in the day. Interesting. Yeah, I tend to go to bed before midnight, like roughly a little before midnight, because I like getting up early, like around 8 o'clock. Sleeping in, for me, is sleeping in until 9. Because I like getting up early, because if I get up early, that's more time in the day to play video games and get other stuff done. Also, this game has mini games, in case you didn't know. The game's sole multiplayer mode is these 3. Because every Kirby game since Adventure, except for Dreamland 2, has included mini games. They're usually called sub-games, and they sometimes give you extra lives. Wake up around 7-ish and start working at 9. Ugh. Oh, there's Sorrow. Did she message me? No, she didn't, but I did see that she is live from Twitch. Thank you, Twitch notifications. Let me get her queued up. Where is she? There she is. Ah, she's playing BioShock 2. Okay. So, I don't know if I should be watching BioShock 2, but the one that I cared about was the first one, and that's the one that I finished, so I don't think I need to worry about spoilers. But if you guys don't want spoilers for BioShock 2, if you've never played it, I don't blame you. I will be back on Friday with 100%ing Kirby 64, and probably tomorrow I will pick out the extra game that I will be streaming after I do that. BioShock 2 was pretty good. Yeah. Ooh. Forgot to mute her stream. I've heard BioShock 2 is actually better than people thought it was when it first came out, because everyone hated BioShock 2 when it launched and loved Infinite, and now everyone hates Infinite and loves 2. I've only played the first one, so I can't vouch for the second one or Infinite. I am going to play both of them at some point. So, for right now, would you kindly join me in raiding Saroshi? As I said, she is playing BioShock 2. And I will be back on Friday with the rest of Kirby 64. Saturday is going to be Kirby's Dream Buffet with Xeno and Simki. And then Sunday, we're returning to I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. It's better than 1 in a gameplay sense, but it doesn't really have any iconic moments like 1. Also, raid message. Right. Bit of a long one. Well, this will be our raid message. Use whatever emotes you want. And good night, everyone.